हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल द सोलफुल डायरी। आज के वीडियो में हम बात करेंगे W.B. Yeats एंड उनकी पोम सेलिंग टू बाइजेंशियम के बारे में। पोम को डिस्कस करने से पहले पोएट के बारे में जान लेते हैं। W.B. Yeats or William Butler Yeats was born on 13 June 1865 at Sadmont, Dublin, Ireland, and he died on 28 January 1939 at Robequern, Cap Martin, France. He was an Irish poet, dramatist, and prose writer, one of the greatest poets of the 20th century. He received the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1923. In the year 1887, he took up writing as a professional career. He, along with Lady Gregory, originated the Irish Literary Theatre, which gave its first performance in Dublin in the year 1899. With Yeats' play Countess Kathleen, Yeats valued two qualities, passion and joy, which he retained even in old age. He started his career as a romantic writer, but later evolved as a modern writer. Three common themes in his writings are love, Irish nationalism, and mysticism, but modernism dominates all other themes. पोम को डिटेल में जानने से पहले उसके की फीचर्स जान लेते हैं। सेलिंग टू बाइजेंशियम हमें बताते हैं स्टोरी अबाउट अ मैन जो एक न्यू कंट्री बाइजेंटियम को ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं बिकॉज ही फील्स डिसकनेक्टेड विद हिज ओन कंट्री एज ही फील्स ही इज एजिंग एंड ही फील्स हिज कंट्री इज नॉट अ कंट्री फॉर ओल्ड मैन। इस पोएम की फर्स्ट लाइन है दैट इज नो कंट्री फॉर ओल्ड मैन was used as a title for Cormac McCarthy's novel No Country for Old Men. The poet wants to sail and go to an imaginary world or a country, Byzantium. Stanza 1. That is no country for old men. The young in one another's arms, birds in the trees, those dying generations add their song. The salmon falls, the mackerel crowded seas. Fish, flesh or fowl, comment all summer long. Whatever is begotten, born and dies, caught in that sensual music, all neglect, monuments of unaging intellect. पोएट बताते हैं कि वो बाइजेंटियम की तरफ सेल कर रहे हैं फ्रॉम हिज कंट्री आयरलैंड क्योंकि उन्हें लगता है कि आयरलैंड इज़ नॉट अ कंट्री फॉर ओल्ड पीपल टू लिव देयर। पोम बिगिन होती है एक पावरफुल सेंटेंस से कि दैट इज़ नो कंट्री फॉर ओल्ड मैन। उन्होंने दैट वर्ड यूज़ किया है शो करने के लिए कि उन्होंने अपने आप को पहले से ही सेपरेट कर लिया है फ्रॉम हिज फॉर्मर कंट्री आयरलैंड। उन्होंने अपनी जर्नी स्टार्ट कर दी है टुवर्ड्स बाइजेंटियम। उन्होंने फर्स्ट आंसर में डिस्क्राइब किया है कि आइलैंड क्यों कंट्री नहीं है फॉर ओल्ड मैन। As the young lovers are wrapped in each other's arms, the birds are singing in the trees. जो बताते हैं कि इन आइलैंड यंग पीपल एंजॉय द प्लेजर्स ऑफ लव। जो लोग हैं वो इन चीज़ों पर कॉन्सेंट्रेट नहीं करते जो हमेशा रहेंगी हमारे साथ, but they concentrate on things which is right in front of them. The people of Ireland do not lead an intellectual and artistic existence. All the people of Ireland live a materialistic physical life spent in procreation. जो वाटरफॉल आइलैंड की है वो क्राउडेड है सालमन फिश से और जो सीज है वो क्राउडेड है मैक्रेल फिश से। जो बर्ड्स और फिशेस है वो सेंशुअल म्यूज़िक सुनते हैं इंस्टेड ऑफ इंटेलेक्चुअल और आर्टिस्टिक एक्टिविटी। जो ग्रेट वर्क्स है दे नेवर डाई, दे बिकम ageless. Intellectual achievements are supposed to be ageless and immortal and of paramount value. The reference is to things of beauty that are joy forever, an allusion to Endymion by John Keats. Stanza 2. An aged man is but a paltry thing, a tattered coat upon a stick, unless soul clap its hands and sing and louder sing, for every tatter in its mortal dress. Nor is there singing school, but studying monuments of its own magnificence, and therefore I have sailed the seas and come to the holy city of Byzantium. इस स्टैंजा में पोएट ने ओल्ड मैन को इनसिग्निफिकेंट चीज़ों से कंपेयर किया. ही कंक्लूड्स दैट देयर इज नथिंग लेफ्ट फॉर एन ओल्ड मैन. ही इज सिंपली अ स्टिक wearing a worn and torn jacket. He means that if a person is old, it does not mean he is an old soul. For the soul of an old man is clapping and singing loudly. इस stanza में उन्होंने क्वालिटीज़ बताए हैं बाइजेंटियम के जहाँ वो ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं. He presents old age as an old worn out coat hung upon a bamboo pole or stick. The more the worn out dress, the louder the song will be. बिकॉज जो एजड पर्सन है उसने वो सॉन्ग अर्न किया है. ही सेज दैट द बेस्ट म्यूजिक फॉर द सोल ऑफ एन ओल्ड मैन इज द स्टडी एंड एप्रिसिएशन ऑफ द ग्रैंड मॉन्यूमेंट्स ऑफ इमॉर्टल इंटेलेक्ट. Byzantium is described as a symbol of the ideal, aesthetic, and transformed existence, and suggests a far-off, unfamiliar civilization where art is for its own sake and whose religion is an exotic form. जो पोएट है उन्होंने बाइजेंटियम को एक होली सिटी बुलाया है बिकॉज इट इज़ नोन एज अ सेंटर फॉर द आर्ट्स एंड इंटेलेक्चुअलिज्म. पोएट को लगता है ही विल बी मोर एप्रिशिएटेड इन बाइजेंटियम दैन हिज फॉर्मर कंट्री आयरलैंड. Stanza 3. O sages, standing in God's holy fire, as in the gold mosaic of a wall, come from the holy fire, burn in a gyre, and be the singing masters of my soul. Consume my heart away, sick with desire, and fastened to a dying animal. It knows not what it is, and gather me into the artifice of eternity. थर्ड स्टैंजा में पोएट ने स्पिरिचुअल एंड मेटाफिजिकल वर्ल्ड के बारे में पोर्ट्रे किया है. व्हेन द स्पीकर अराइव्स एट Byzantium, he addresses the sages or wise people he finds there. Poet compares the saints to figures represented in gold mosaic of a wall. He addresses the saints standing in the holy fire of God to purge themselves by their performance of penance. Then he compares gold mosaic of a wall. The poet means the figures represented in the gold mosaic in Apollinaire and Ravenna, Italy. The word mosaic means the artistic patterns that is formed by placing together precious stones of various colors. जो line 3 है, coming out of the holy fire shown in the mosaic is the burn in a gyre, which means a smoke in circular motion. Poet wants them to come out of holy fire and descend upon him with a hawk-like movement. He wants the saints to become singing masters of his soul and to purify his heart. Poet counts the saints to teach him to listen to his spiritual music as distinguished from sensual music, which the poet has mentioned earlier in stanza 1. The poet is requesting the spirits of Byzantium to inspire and awaken his soul. He tells that his heart is like to a dying body and does not know or comprehend its reality. By sick with desire, the poet means that his heart is sick as it is full of worldly desires. He feels himself lost. His experiences in Ireland has sickened his heart and he is begging the wise sages to cleanse him. He wants to live forever, longing to live and be appreciated forever. पोएट जो हैं वो कम्प्लीटली मूव ऑन नहीं कर पा रहे हैं अपने डिज़ायर से. ही इज़ अबाउट टू डाई बट ही कैन नॉट स्टिल अंडरस्टैंड हिज रियलिटी. ओनली द सेंट्स फ्रॉम बाइजेंटियम कैन फ्री हिज हार्ट ऑफ impurity and give him the permanence that great objects of art possess. Stanza 4. Once out of nature I shall never take my bodily form from any natural thing, but such a form as Grecian goldsmiths make, of hammered gold and gold enameling, to keep a drowsy emperor awake, or set upon a golden bow to sing to lords and ladies of Byzantium of what is past or passing or to come. इस फाइनल स्टांजा में पोएट ने बताया है कि how he would like to be reborn Once he has renounced his earthly body, he would not like to be reborn in the same or any other earthly shape. He will reject all physical incarnations because all living beings are subject to mortality and death. The speaker announces that he would like to take his form in Grecian urns or enameling handcrafted by goldsmiths so that an emperor could spend his nights admiring him in the artwork. The past, present, and future will all be in one course. The speaker will live for eternity. He would like to be in the shape of a golden bird, the kind of bird which Grecian goldsmiths are believed to have designed for the pleasure of an emperor. As a golden bird is a work of art, he would be beyond decay or death, and would therefore be unlike the dying generations of real birds mentioned in the first stanza. As a golden bird, he will be placed on a golden bow and will appear to be singing songs of all times, the past, present, and the future, to an audience of the lords and ladies of Byzantium. In the shape of a singing golden bird, his song will be that of spiritual ecstasy, which will be shown by the soul clapping its hands and singing. Moreover, he will be surrounded not by young lovers and other animals, creatures of the sexual cycle, but by an audience that would be elegant and abstract. In Byzantium, he will have no age, past, present, or future. Poetic devices to title his sailing to Byzantium would reference here of a metaphorical journey of an old man towards the center of classicism. Byzantium is a metonym for the art of ancient Byzantium. Alliteration is the repetition of the same consonant sounds, fish, flesh, or fowl. Last two lines of stanza 1 contain irony. Second stanza begin with an epigram. Onomatopoeia is also used in second stanza. Apostrophe is used in the beginning of third stanza. Metaphor, singing masters of my soul and artifice of eternity. Allusion, the last stanza contains an allusion to the classical art of Byzantium. Theme, spirituality. It does not center on the concept of asceticism, but the poet concentrates on the study of artworks that elevate the individual capacity of the soul. Old age versus youth. Youth, according to the poet, is a time of enjoyment of early pleasures, while old age is all about how one utilizes one's wisdom for the betterment of the soul. Classical art and its magnificence that can last for eternity. थैंक यू। आई होप आज की वीडियो आपको पसंद आई। अगर अच्छी एंड इन्फॉर्मेटिव लगी तो लाइक, शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब टू माई चैनल। मिलते हैं कल एक और इन्फॉर्मेटिव वीडियो के साथ शाम 4 बजे। थैंक यू।